Hello, welcome back to my channel. I'm Erica, and today's video is the video for the outer polonaise slash sack back gown that I'm making from the costume close-up book. I'm not going to spend too long here. I already said a whole lot about this in the petticoat video. I will link the playlist down below. I would love to hear what you think about it. I love talking to people in the comments, and I hope you enjoy. There will be one more video in this particular section, I guess, of the series, because I do plan on doing a lot more of the outfits in the costume close-up book. I just don't know if they'll be in this series, I would say. But I made the stockings as well, and I'm going to be posting that video up as well. But I'm really excited to get to the dress. I'll get to the stockings, but the dress is next. I'd love for you to like, share, comment, subscribe, all the things if you want to see the rest of this project and others. I have another one in the works that I'm about ready to do an announcement video for whenever I have time to get it up. And yeah, I'd love for you to join me for the journey. So I hope you enjoy, and I can't wait to show it to you at the end. Okay, so this is mock-up number 2. Well, I guess technically it's number 3. The first one was just way too small. The second one, this shoulder piece was too small. So I didn't redo the entire thing. I just made this longer, and that definitely works better. I do think, I don't know if I can get it, that the back looks good. The seam looks like where it's supposed to be. Right here though, we have a problem. So this is too long here in the waist. It goes far too down. So I think if, let's see here, if I fold this up, I'll have to play with how much, but fold that up like maybe 1.5 inches, maybe. Okay, I will have to bring the back down just a little bit. For some reason it's too short, because I do like where just under where this sits. Okay, so level up these two seams is what I need to do. And then take a whole lot off of this front V. I'm thinking about 1.5 inches going down to about 1/4 inch there. And then I need to add like 1/2 inch in the sleeve seam here, just for ease. I think it would be fine if I didn't have the shift on, but I do want to wear it as the outfit, so I want to be able to move with the shift on under it. So I'm going to add stuff there. I do feel like also that this, that this needs to come in further. So based off of the image, it looks like the front comes down to like right about here-ish. And clearly I am not getting that. I mean, I'm close, but I have to like really stretch it, and then I'm pulling this side when I do that. So again, it's close. But I think if I add, I like where this comes. I think that's pretty accurate here. If I like extend that out there. All right, back to the sewing room. The first part of construction was marking out the pleat placement for the back panel with the very long pleats from shoulders to floor. and then I took them over to the ironing board once they were pinned out the way I liked them and pressed them out and left them pinned. Next was constructing the lining portion, which for the actual sleeves I used the same pink satin that I used for the petticoat because it made it easier for my arms with the shift on to go in them. And then once that was all constructed, I put the front top portions of the outer fabric onto the back portion, which included the piece that was pleated. The next step was putting the front portion of the outer skirt on to the side panels to the back, and then also at the top attaching it to the front top portion. I did have to again mess with these pleats as well. This was a process of ripping out stitches and putting them back in that I did later, but I had to get it on to see what I wanted and then alter it from there. Once those pieces were all put together, I laid the lining on. The outer sleeves were still not on yet, but I needed to get the lining pinned in. It's only attached at a couple of spots, so I had to lay it on to figure out where it went. I hope that makes sense. So right here, I'm working on the shoulder pleats, and then those little shoulder pieces that go over the top of the shoulder, I put on. Then I took it over to the sewing machine, and the book states that the back pleats were stitched down for 4 inches, so that's what I did. And then I put the back piece, that's just a strip of fabric that basically finishes off those raw edges at the top, on. So I sewed it on right sides together, flipped it over, and then hand stitched it down. I think maybe I machine stitched it. I'll have to go back and look. But regardless, I stitched it down. Then for the sleeves, I did finally put them on the outer garment and made these ruffles off the pattern. The bottom 2 ruffles went on first. They were sewn on the sleeve, and then this top one was placed on top of the sleeve. So it wasn't constructed onto the dress the way the other 2 sleeves pieces were. The other 2 were put together, and then I put right sides together, sewed them on, and flipped it down. This one was gathered up how you saw, and then you'll see in a minute how I then pinned it on top of the already constructed sleeve with the same ruching on that front that is part of the major part of the trim of the dress. I hope all that makes sense. So here you see I'm pinning it on, and then I put all that black lace on by hand and then stitched the lining down inside the sleeve to cover the raw edge where the bottom of the sleeve and the ruffle seams met. So this portion of, you'll see in the next video, I try it on and I had to make some adjustments, but I just needed to get the dress to a point where I could try it on. And so I just had to like run through it, and I wasn't able to video most of it. So I'll try to do a better job in the next video of explaining, but it's the basic construction of a top. I put it all together. And at this point, I'm just putting the lace on and trying to get it to a point where I can try the dress on. And to do that, I also needed to make the stomacher, which is what I'm jumping to now. I found an embroidery pattern I liked. I shrunk it down, and then for the middle portion, you'll see what I do. I just do a whole bunch of trim stuff. I made a little puff thing that goes down the middle of the stomacher, and then I used my pinking shears to cut little bows out, scrunch them up, put them down in where I wanted them. I used fray check on the edges of those just to make sure that they don't go anywhere. And then bias binding was what I used to finish it all off. And then I used some scrap lace that I had found somewhere and put it on the top, which I'll show in progression. But that is all that's going to be in this video. I hope you stick around for the second one, because the next video I actually try it on and start with all the finishing processes. I can't talk. This video was just going to be way too long if I tried to put it all in the same video. So I hope all that makes sense. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you stick around and join me for the next video, in which I will actually be able to show you the dress.